Hey, it's Dr. Deal with 5 reasons why it can be hard to be yourself when you're going through a storm. Are you hearing people say you're not yourself, you're different, you just don't seem, like you have any energy, you don't seem like yourself. And the reason why is because you're going through this storm. And when I say a storm, that could be anything that has changed in your life that is making you feel like you could barely make it. That it just seems like you're just unhappy all the time. And that leads me to number one. You can't focus. You seem like everything that you do is just not clear. It's starting to impact your work quality and your friendships and your relationships because you can't focus on what you need to focus on to get you back on track to get out of this storm. And that leads me to number two. You're miserable in every environment, every place that you go into. It just seems like maybe you don't fit in, you're not supposed to be there. It's awkward. And that leads me to number three. You're an autopilot. You're just basically going through the motions of doing things, but you're not connected to any of those things because this storm has you in a whirlwind. You feel like you're upside down. And that leads me to number four. You're physically and mentally drained. No matter how much sleep you get, you just feel like you're physically and mentally drained. And that leads me to number five. Everything seems hopeless. And it's almost like you're walking around with a dark cloud over you and you can't get out of this storm of life that you're in. And that's when you have to ask for help. Everybody gets into a situation every now and then to where they're in this storm of life, and all of these things that I just named are impacting them. And if you don't get help, you don't, seek a professional, it can start to impact your work life, your friendships, your relationships. And before you know it, you're more isolated and alone. And it's okay to ask for help. We've all been there, This is me giving you some encouragement. Keep pushing, keep fighting, keep advocating for yourself. When you get into this situation, sit down and write yourself down a plan of what do I need to do to get out of this situation? What emotions am I carrying around that are keeping me in this situation? How can I move forward? And if you're struggling with that, please seek a therapist so they can help you maneuver through this storm of life. All right. Praying for everybody out there who is in this predicament.